You cannot be in leadership and having one arm of where you are leading failing and the other one thriving. It means you are not able to balance both. I derive inspiration a lot from Elon Musk. You see him holding, he's the CEO of so many organizations. There's Tesla, there is X, there is SpaceX, there is Neuralink, and every company is doing very, very well. You understand? So leadership is more than just title. Leadership, I can keep mentioning different positions that I'm in or that I'm holding or currently leading, but it doesn't really make me a leader.
How do you know you're a leader? I mean, do you just sit down and just think, I am a leader?
The moment or the day people begin to come to you for answers to their questions, you should recognize yourself as a leader in that sphere, like in whatever area you find yourself in.
So, do we think this sense of responsibility comes naturally, or can we build it?
I had to build it because from my own experience, I'm the firstborn.
That was the question I was going to ask.
Yes.
You are the firstborn.
I had there are some experiences I had growing up that there are some instances where my dad expects me to know what to do, even if I was very. But meanwhile, there are some people that they don't really care. They've not been exposed to that. They don't feel they need to be responsible about anything.
African homes, they have to have that sense of responsibility.
No, I'm the second to the last, but you can just say that I'm the last. I'm the last girl. I'm the kind of person that this is when I was small, I was hot. I don't care. I don't sweep. I don't do this. I usually I'm the kind of person that's okay. I'm the only one in my house that actually love to read most times. So I use that. I usually use it to indulge. I don't do anything. When they are calling me, oh, I'm reading, and she's reading, that kind of stuff. Like just leave her alone. So it was when I got to university that was it for university? Yeah, university. That was when I started changing. It got one time my sister told me, oh wow, do you know you've changed? When you were small, you were spoiled. I don't do anything. I don't sweep.
So what changed?
I just feel like
let's get the conversation started. Hi, this is another episode of MindMerge. Welcome. Hi, my name is Gania. You should introduce yourselves now.
I think I should go last since I'm
Okay, ladies first. Mide.
why?
Ladies first now.
My name is Mide.
All right, my name is Daniel James.
Hey guys, I'm new. My name is Sunday.
Drum roll. You said you're new, so new is your name.
I'm trying to be very focused on the camera. So yeah. Well, my name is Olatunde. Thank you.
So today's episode was supposed to be on a different topic, but this one is impromptu. So we'll be talking about divinity and leadership. So we all, most of us here, all of us, basically, we're all leaders. We're all students and we're leaders. So we want to hear everybody's opinions on what being a student is and being a student leader is, and being a student leader in Divinity is. So yeah, first of all, what does leadership mean to all of us? Let's hear our opinions. Who'll go first? Let's start with our president now, Daniel.
All right. Leadership, I've always seen leadership as the ability to influence people through actions or through motive. So I believe one way or the other, everybody's a leader. Even if you're not leading directly, we turn our actions or what we do. So many people emulate it, even without we knowing. So from my own little experience, because by the grace of God, in Infinity, I'm the founder and president of our great organization, and I'm also the welfare director for the Melsa University of Ilorin. And I have some other leadership position that I hold. And from that particular experience, or from those different experiences, I've seen that leadership is more than just title. Leadership, I can keep mentioning different positions that I'm in or that I'm holding or currently leading, but it doesn't really make me a leader if I'm not influencing people, or if my position or whatever I'm doing in that place is not making any meaning. You understand? So leadership to me is more than the title that you have been given. It's more of influence. Yes, because negatively or positively, we are influencing. So what you do with that influence is what makes you a leader.
Yeah.
I want to be like you.
Actually, he's sounding like he's not a student leader. Then it was sounding like, do you get?
Of course, I'm a CEO now.
Today has something to say.
All right.
So, although I get what you are trying to like derive at, but when you said leadership is like the ability to influence people through actions, the first thing that came to my own mind, was witchcraft.
Okay.
Witchcraft is the ability to influence people's decisions, actions through your own actions and for your own motives.
Is that what
I
witchcraft is?
understand. Sorry,
Not
wait.
village people.
So this is my own.
Okay, let's
So-
hear. He's making the point.
What I understand to be leadership. Leadership is serving. Leadership is being able to bring yourself to a point where you want to serve others. And when you're able to serve others, that is when others will want to follow you. And that is when you can influence their actions rightly. Because if you influence someone to, go and do the wrong thing, and I don't want to specify some things because of,
Okay, like what I actually mean by that influence is one way or the other. I've said it, like I said before, our actions do influence people. As long as I believe personally, you can debate on it. I believe personally that if you have the ability to influence the next person, you are leading that person one way or the other. So you just determine what kind of influence your action or whatever you're doing is causing on that person. And good and fine, we have different qualities of leadership, and the number one is service. Because for you to be a leader, you should be willing to serve. Because nobody will be able to, like you rightly said, no one will follow you if you don't want to serve yourself. You get? So even if you were to rise up to the high pinnacle of any organization, you will start from the bottom. But whoever rise up immediately will definitely fall, and the fall will be hard. Do you understand? So there are so many qualities, there are so many criteria we use to qualify a leader. And I believe all of us would have seen it in the offices that we manage. Am I right, Madam VP?
Yes. As you said, ability, like a leader should have the ability to influence people. Yes, like if you don't, you can just have the title, okay, and this, but if people are not following you, you are not a leader.
But how do you know you're a leader? I mean, is it that people come and tell you that, or do you just sit down and just think, I am a leader? So how do you know that you're a leader?
Have you seen a scenario where someone enter the class or any place and catch the attention of people? And someone will just like say hi or hello, like people will follow you. And some people will keep talking and you'll be inside attraction and everything. Being a leader is like you can influence someone, you can influence their decision. Okay, do this, do this, do this. Some people just sit and okay, let me say I'm a vice president. Yes, I'm holding the title, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm the leader. Okay, I'm telling you do this, or I'm telling the association, let's go this way, let's go this way, let's go this way. But just like, please, you can't follow your decision. But or how can I say it?
I think I get what you're trying to do.
It's like how to know you're a leader. The moment or the day people begin to come to you for answers to their questions, you should recognize yourself as a leader in that sphere. Like in whatever area you find yourself. You can be in your community at home, and then someone just comes to you and asks you like, transformer blue, what next? Like, what's my own? I did not blow your transformer now, but like the fact that they are coming to meet you means that they've seen something in you that, this guy would at least know where we can go from here. So that is when you can consider yourself a leader in that way.
Well, I feel what you guys are trying to show here is sense of responsibility. Because there are a lot of people that just have the sense. They are very responsible. So is normal for, just like I know my compound where I live. There's iron fair in the compound. Anything that's happening in the compound, caretaker first person is iron fair, because he has that sense of responsibility that is always fixated and very intentional about what is happening in that compound. You understand? So everybody just feel he's the head of house, because if water is not pumping, if it's not for a generator, so you get. So our sense of responsibility makes us leaders in different areas, because it's not everywhere we can influence people. There are some people that, because of how responsible they are in business, people go to them for business. But you cannot go to that same people for academics. Yeah. Because you know that they will not be able to give you that value. You get. So there are different areas of life, and there are different places that people pick up responsibility. So if you pick up that responsibility in a certain area, you are a leader in that area, and people will see it in you that in this area. Just like me, for example, now, there are some places you might not come in to come and do. For example, football. I know how many times the coach have been asking me to come and play football. So just imagine I just come for training one day and then I say, then it's a leader, come and lead this team.
Then I thought to say, football. I've been anticipating you.
Yes.
Let's not talk about that. So I'm just trying to point out our sense of responsibility.
He said, let's not talk about it. So I have another question actually. So do we think this sense of responsibility comes naturally, or can we build it? Or it depends. Does it come naturally to some people?
Now, first of all,
no. Let's see from your own, from you. Yes,
from me.
Yes.
Sense of responsibility for me came naturally. Why? Oh, wait. Let me not say came.
Let me ask you.
I had to build it, because from my own experience, I'm the firstborn.
That was the question I wanted to ask.
Yes.
You are the firstborn.
I had there are some experiences I had growing up that there are some instances where my dad expects me to know what to do. Even if I'm 3 years older than my younger brother. And for a very, very long time, it was just both of us. We are 3 in the house, and the last born I'm 15 years older than him. So for a very long time, my immediate younger brother was the last born. You understand? So if David does something bad, the only person that will hold responsible for that action is me, and I was the gentle one. So it got to a point that I had to pay attention to what's happening in the house. I had to pay attention to what my younger brother is doing. I had to pay, for a very young age, I was shouldering a lot of things. So I have to be responsible.
What African parents will show you.
So even if I go to any setting, there are some places I will go to. That sense of responsibility will just jump on me naturally because of how I grow. But meanwhile, there are some people that they don't really care. They've not been exposed to that. They don't feel the need to be responsible about anything. But when they are given that task, they will take the role effectively. You understand? It's not like, let's say our environment play a huge factor on this sense, this sense of responsibility. Because if assuming they took me to a place where there were maybe, let's say, mostly females in the house, maybe I would have not been washing plates, or I wouldn't have known how to cook. But my mom was outnumbered in the house, so we the guys were the one doing almost. In fact, we have to do everything. You see the house environment and some other factors, and we all have different temperaments. Yes, there are some people that their temperaments, they are just sanguine and don't care. There are people that don't, no matter how you try to be responsible, they don't care. They just live life nonchalant and will not fault them because it's their kind of temperament. There are some people that they just care, whether it concerns them or not. They just want to.
I think some people they're just born with that sense of responsibility. They just want to take responsibility.
And that is why we need to really take time to understand the kind of people we live with, or people that we have around, so that, because it's how we want to portray life to be like, but it's not the same way the other person sees life. You understand?
Yeah. So, I think as a firstborn in African homes, You have to
a
have
lot.
that sense of responsibility.
It's a
You
lot.
have, I'm not the firstborn, but I'm the firstborn daughter, and I
Okay.
know what I have to do.
And,
Yeah.
and how to lead boys.
You have to learn. You must learn. You must learn. Okay.
Okay, what's your own experience? What's in your house? Should we use
Are you the
that?
last born?
No, I'm the second to the
Second
last,
to the
but
last.
you can just say that I'm the last.
No
I'm the last girl.
So
There's no difference.
what does responsibility mean to you from environment?
From environment, I'm the kind of person that this is when I was small, I was hot. I don't care. I don't sweep. I don't do this. I usually I'm the kind of person that's okay. I'm the only one in my house that actually love to read most times. So I use that. I usually use it to indulge. I don't do anything. When they are calling me, oh, I'm reading. And she's reading, that kind of stuff, just leave her alone. So it was when I got to university that was it for university? Yeah, university. That was when I started changing. It got one time my sister told me, oh wow, do you know you've changed? When you were small, you were spoiled. I don't do anything, I don't sweep.
So what changed?
I just feel like environment.
Is it like the people you live with? Or...
Yes, and right now, my parents, we stay in Ogun State. So I moved to Ilorin for school. So I'm the only one here. I can't expect my mom or someone to come and be sweeping for me, to be washing my clothes or do anything. Yeah. But still, when I was then I still feel like okay, anything that concerns me, I'm going to do it. Is my thing. I don't care about others. But when we got to 200 level, then they were calling for student leadership in our class, representative, and so I wanted to do it. But I was like, I'm not doing. So it was Taiwo that was confusing that. Maybe you have this thing in you. Why don't you just run and try to do that? And I'm kind of I don't know how to multitask. I'll be like, are you sure? I don't want things to affect my education. But when I took up the responsibility, that was when I know, yes, being a leader is not just a title, it's a responsibility, ability to work with others, ability to work with other people's ideas, and ability to let people's ideas influence your own. So you're not just doing it, you're letting other people to work with others. That's when I'm like, okay, yeah, teamwork and everything. And I'm a kind of person when I fixate my mind on something, I ensure to get it done. So yeah. Then in 300 level, after the director of welfare, he said to me, oh, you have this capacity, you can do this, you can do that. When for vice president, I'm like, I can't do that. I don't have it in me. I don't. The people persuaded me, you have it in you, you take this responsibility. Because then, as director of welfare to clinicals, I was more holding the health committee, and the health committee was not really functioning then. So I brought it to them, and people knew that okay, there's something called health committee. So they were the one that pushed me to be like, okay, you can run for vice president.
So people saw in you what you did not see.
Yeah, so some people, we don't have it we don't have it in us from base, but people see it in you that okay, you have this responsibility, go for it. So having people around you, having friends that can push you, having family members that can push you, that okay, if they are not seeing it, they are seeing it in you, then they push you, and yeah, this responsibility just coming at you, take it like that.
Sunday, what do you have to say?
Well, they've said nothing that concerns me. Because where me I will start from is that one, I actually like where Daniel took the arguments to where it started from, because it was something we had discussed earlier in the week. If people's attributes are inborn or they grow into because of the environment and things like that. So me personally, I'm a nice person. That you can say.
You're saying it to yourself. Or...
I know I'm a nice person.
Yeah, Tunde is a nice person.
Bam.
He's my friend. I can vouch for him.
No, I was just asking. They say they know. No, I wasn't. I was just asking. If you are saying it to yourself or people have told you that you're a nice person, because they usually say you can't say that. People have to tell you if. So.
Do you know that you are stolen or not?
Okay, Tunde, I want to hear what you're saying. You're a nice person.
I'm a nice person. Okay. And I'm also I'm an extrovert. If you put labels to it, I'm just someone that is very open and out there. So from home, I relate well with people. And because I relate well with people, people try to, or people are more likely to include me in things, even when I don't know about that thing. So getting to school, let me take it from where we took it. Getting to school in 100 level, I moved around with like a lot of different people that were like different upbringings, different lifestyles, and some of them were politically inclined, were in class, they were leaders, in the world at large, they were leaders. Me, I will follow them and let's go to this place, I'll go. Let's go to that place, I'll go. And then somehow, towards the end of 100 level, we had towards the end of 100 level, we had this like election, this thing coming up. Like, okay, let's run for this post and that post and that. And I like to try new things as well. So I was not planning to go for, I went for a senator representing my class. So I was not planning to go because I knew that I could represent the class well. I was going because I knew that one, leadership is a good thing. And two, let me see what I would, like how I would perform in a leadership role. I got there and to me, I don't think I really did all that well, like I would have wanted to do. So going from 200 to 300, I decided to like pull back, like let me just leave this thing. I don't think this thing is for me. And to my surprise, people were like, no, go now, why are you not going? Clinical, no, you must go. I was like, I don't think I really want to do anything leadership in this 300 level. I left it. Then in the same 300 level that I was like, I don't want to have any leadership role at this thing, I became more involved in church. Because as I said, I'm someone that likes to like involve myself. So I took all that energy I was putting into like Senate and class and whatever, and I took it to the church. In church, somehow people began to like notice me and then greet me and do this thing. Somehow they invited me to like programs and this thing. Currently, I will not say I'm in a leadership position per se in church, but I'm in a position where you can easily come to meet me for, like as I said, like people come to you for answers and stuff. Then coming back to 400, I was like, coming to 400, I was like, okay, I think people really put their trust in me, and that if I go back into like the political aspect of like the department, I will be able to do better this time because I have an understanding of what went wrong last time. Now I can't say if I've really done better, or I can say that I've done better in like some things, but I can't really rate myself because we are still in the session. So until we are done with the session, now people are like, oh, you actually did very well here, you did not do so well here. But that's what leadership is, willing to put yourself for other people, take the brunt in cases where you have to, and learn from it. So with my words of
I think I have a different story to what y'all have said. Like for me, I think while growing up, especially in primary and secondary school, now when we were growing, potentials, you're always the class rep, this thing. If any competition, Ghanaians, this thing is always you, they always call you. So I had that. I don't know if I was born with it, I don't know, but like I had the sense of leadership. Like if you want to do anything in my primary, secondary school, if there's going to be an event, anything, before like everybody, like I'm already there, like is like a tag, like I'm already there, I'll be the leader, I'll be the organizer, or I'm always the class rep, I was the head girl primary and secondary school. So so like I had it. But when I got to university, I don't know, maybe because of the population, something shifted. So in 100 level, I think I became very nonchalant.
yeah.
Hey, is it nonchalant?
It's nonchalant.
No. So, okay, is it nonchalant? No, whatever it is.
Anyhow,
I think I was scared of the number of people that in the university because I was not used to that number. And then I go very scared. And I think if I had rolled with different sets of people, maybe people that were into leadership then they would have like motivated me, and now it would be something I'll feel I can do this thing. Like I was very scared of the number of people, like where I was coming from. I know the number of people that I used to lead. So what's this number? I mean,
Need a bigger stage.
exactly. So I did not think I could like be a leader. I could do things then. So I relaxed. I relaxed so much, and then we got to 200 level. 200 levels. I was not interested. I think once you start laxing, you just continue. So I was so uninterested in leadership or anything. But when we finished 200 level and 300 level, I went home for break, and I said, this is not the person I am. This is not what I'm meant to be. I cannot continue sitting down. So I felt I need to actually change. And then I started reading books. I started watching YouTubers. So I felt okay, I can try to do something different. So then I did a project, and it was a very big thing. And when I started, it was a lot, because I'm like, this thing is a very huge thing. Can I actually pull it off? So from there, I think my journey into leadership began from there. So I pulled off the project. It was like a very big one. So I pulled it off. And then when I finished, something shifted in me again. I felt, oh, if I can do this, I can do other things.
Yeah.
So from there, I joined communities, I joined club, and that was how I got into the Infinity Club too. So I think it has been different from there.
Okay. So from what I can gather from you guys, is always pointing to one thing: responsibility and trust. In leadership, people must trust you one way or the other. Once you have a group of people that just believe in you, automatically you are
They
leading
do
those
that,
people, because they just trust you. They know that when it comes to this thing in this area, they know who to run to. In that scenario, you're already leading those people. Another thing is, I believe leadership entails is the sense of purpose. There are some of us that we are just drawn to purpose. Like what you said, you went back home and you reflected about your life. This is not how my life should be. It means that you had a purpose. There's something in you that felt like the trajectory your life was following at that point is not aligning with your purpose. So there is usually a clear vision and purpose for that determine leadership. I can give you example. If I don't know why I like using it, or he's a very bad role model. He's a very bad guy. Adolf Hitler. Yes, he's a very bad guy. And one thing about me, when I read about history a lot, and even if I see bad leaders, I try to pick what the attributes leaders that were able to influence a lot of people. Now, before Hitler became the president of Germany, then he was under someone. At that point, when he was still under, he had one particular goal that he wanted to achieve, and that goal was to make Germany great again. You understand? You know what happened in the First World War and the rest. So he just wanted Germany to be great. And for somebody he did what, I don't know if you read it, if you do your research, he did what they call the Hitler Youth. He started with children from 5 years old. They were very, very, imagine somebody planning war with children when they were 5. So that sense of, like, I know what I want to achieve. This is what I want. There's a mission. So that will determine your action as an individual. And that action that you are taking is what is making you a leader. You understand? So imagine him starting from 5 years old children, both male and female. See, everybody was, when they grew up, they were struggling to become part of the Hitler Youth. It was pride of parents that you see their children. They don't know the end goal, but they just wanted their children to be part. And before you know, when the war started, if you know the way Germany was controlling the war, you see that these people were willing to die for their country. It's what he has installed in these people. You understand? So I believe that sense of purpose. If you look at what we are doing in Infinity, we have a mission from the day one of the establishment of the club. I know we all know where we started. We're just five, but we had a mission, right? And the mission we had is not a mission that we just end in the next one year. You understand? Because we created a sustainability plan that even after this period, even after we leave here, it will continue. There's a plan after we finish school. There's a plan for the school. You understand? And that is what drives leadership to me. That sense of purpose. It's that sense of purpose that will give you the sense of responsibility. Because you will not want to do something that is contrary to your own mission. You understand?
All right. Mission determines action.
Sharp.
Oh, no, I'm not the one that said it. You said it. That's what you said.
Mission determines action.
Actually, because if you never think about it, you just continue to live, and then you're always other people. You're just there. You're just there.
And funny enough, that is also a mission. There are some people that there are some people that their life goal is just to fit in. Now there are some people, it might not be the goal that they set out, but they just want to be part of the story. They don't want to be the one founding the story. I know somebody. There are people in that, and those people are very good leaders. They just prefer to just be there.
I know somebody like that.
Do you understand? Just be a pillar.
He says he just wants to be a theory, not in the practical session. So he just wants to be.
I know someone like that too. He calls himself a cog in the machine. The guy is 15.
Wow.
Yeah. He has pink hair. He's in I think some of us, none of us watch anime here.
No, I don't watch anime. So the thing is, that sense too is another level of purpose. I want to be. There are some people that just want to be. They don't want to be the builder, but they want to be part of the pillars. So you will not see them outside like the spotlight. They're the one in charge, but they are very crucial. They play very crucial role in whatever is happening in any organization. I know somebody like that. You know, our deputy Senate president. She's someone like that. You cannot see her coming out as saying she's founding this, she's the top person here. But if you look at major key functioning, especially in this our environment, she's part of it.
Yeah.
She is part of almost everything. You will not see her in the front, but she's just there at the background. And if you remove her from the picture, almost everything will collapse. You understand? If you remove her from most of this, everything will collapse. So there are people like, leadership comes in different fashions. So it's just for us to speak what suits us as individuals and play with it. And that's why the Infinity is there.
Yeah.
We build leaders.
Really, in our class, most leaders are Infinity members.
I mean,
Like,
all Infinity, almost.
all Infinity members will surely hold a position in our class.
Yeah, that's what Infinity is for. I mean,
Like
not
it.
being Infinity and not being
Bringing our conversation to infinity now, let's talk about being a leader in infinity and being a student leader. Let's talk about it. I mean, all of us are leaders in infinity, and how infinity influences our vision.
So I personally, if I was to go first, like bringing Infinity to my whole, as I am now as a person, Infinity is part of me. Not just because I'm the founder or the president, but because of the whole mission that we have. So it's part of my everyday life. And wake up in the morning, sometimes first thing I think about is how can we shape Infinity? And factoring, like as leaders, whatever aspect of whatever responsibility you are taking should be part of your life. You understand? Because to me, it feels like a 9 to 5 job, everyday job. You understand? Because if you are working for somebody, you must have that responsibility that I have to do my tasks or I have to pay my dues in the workspace. You understand? The same thing in taking up responsibilities as leaders. In Infinity, for instance, I have to prioritize whatever we do as I'm prioritizing my life. In the Melsa, I have to prioritize what I do there as the way I prioritize my own life. You understand? So the reason for that is you cannot be in leadership and having one arm of where you are leading failing and the other one thriving. It means you are not able to balance both. You understand? But there should be a level of balance where you can lead this organization. I derive inspiration a lot from Elon Musk. You see him holding, he's the CEO of so many organizations. There's Tesla, there is X, there is SpaceX, there is Neuralink, and every company is doing very, very well. You understand? So I just believe the ability for you to prioritize any aspect that you are leading is what makes you a very good leader. And that is what I've seen from Definity as well.
Okay. Makes sense.
Ladies first.
Why ladies first? Go.
Okay, wait. Like for clarity's sake now, most of us here were part of Infinity from the beginning. But Tunes, for instance, wasn't part from the beginning. He was already a student. So what made you join Infinity as a student leader?
To be frank, or to be me, I joined the Infinity. No, I'm not frank. I'm too.
Yeah, you're new.
So the main reason or what interested me in Definity was my friends. Because I already stated that in 100 level, as I got to school, I moved around with a lot of people, and those people had placed themselves in some very wonderful positions. Like I used to see you guys, the five of you when you just started, and I'll be like, that would be nice, but nah, I don't really have time. But looking at the terrible goal I set for myself in 400 level, that I would achieve more than I've ever achieved in my life, that's what I'm sweating now. So I joined Infinity first, or what interested me in Infinity, is a step-by-step process. I saw my friends, so I asked them what it's about. Then I found out that Infinity helps one, not just the people in Infinity, through personal development, plans, goals, and everything we set for ourselves, but it also helps the community by giving back. So, and I'm a nice person. I like to give back to people. And I also know I can still grow. Like I know that I have space for improvements. And what's better than improving with your guys, with your friends, with me?
Okay.
Sorry, I meant with James. So if I know that I can be around people that will help me grow in a loving or conducive environment, then I have no reason not to join.
Wow.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
When you go to got that.
Okay. Wow. This is actually fascinating because how the kind of friends we keep usually influence our life decision. Because somebody like you wouldn't have think of joining Infinity if
Or
not
maybe
that
you would have
strong,
thought
and just kept it away.
Exactly.
But then seeing what we are doing and what we stand for, seeing how much we are developing every individual in the club and how much we are determined in giving back to the community. We have so many things we are doing that is benefiting everyone. So that alone and his friends, like you said, is a huge influence for someone to do. And I'm so proud of Infinity Club.
Yes, so I am. I just wanted to say it's nice that Infinity creates a platform where we can build ourselves as leaders, can improve as leaders, and even if you don't normally you don't feel or you can be a leader, Infinity creates that platform where no matter what you feel inspired, you feel motivated to do something, to be a leader in whatever space you are placed in. So